Welcome to LegalEase, a weekly show dedicated to upbeat topics, stories of adventure, and legal talk, offering words of wisdom in and out of the courtroom. Now, here's your host, criminal defense attorney and lifelong adventurer, Mike Chastaine.
And good morning, Sacramento. Welcome to LegalEase with Mike Chastaine. We're so pleased that you're joining us this morning. Here we are in the week right before Christmas. I mean, Christmas is 48 hours away at this point. Holy smokes, can you believe that? Anyway, I am here accompanied by the amazing E. Good morning, E.
Hey, good morning, Mike. We have a special guest today. You have to excuse me a minute because I'm not sure she's on the line yet. And so I'm going to send her an email just to make sure she knows what to call into. So carry on.
So
I'm doing
we'll
great.
Just keep rolling along. We'll keep rolling along. So in any event, as I say, it's the Monday before Christmas. You know, Christmas is and New Year's are a little bit odd this year in that they're right smack dab in the middle of the week on Wednesday, which I know for businesses, for our business, you know, has made things a little bit tricky. We're open. We're sort of open today and tomorrow, although I'm going to be out of town. I've got a court appearance this morning, and then I'm going to be heading down to see my kids. And then next week's a little odd too, but with all the snow, hopefully we can get some skiing in. So that'll be good. But you know, as we were driving in this morning, the traffic was way down. So and just looking out at the freeway, it looks like not as much traffic. So it does look like a lot of people are taking advantage of the holidays, getting a few extra days with their family, hopefully, or traveling. And, you know, one of the things that I did want to talk about while we're waiting for, hopefully Erica is going to be joining us, is about really surviving the holidays. You know, we've talked about that in the last couple shows, but, you know, here we are on crunch time, and we were, you know, doing a little bit of last-minute shopping this weekend out. We didn't go to the malls, but we were. Oh God, no! Yeah, but we went to some of the strip malls and whatnot, and you know, it was a steady crowd. It wasn't crazy out there, but you know, I'd just recommend to people, you know, get in the moment. Remember what the season's about. You know, it's not really about stuff. It's about, you know, spending time with family and friends. It's about remembering why we have this season. You know, the gift of gratitude is probably the single most important thing that you can do. You know, if it comes in a box, that's nice, but, you know, giving your heart a little bit and your time and your attention are probably the things that people really crave the most is, you know, feeling like they're being heard and spending time listening to them. So, you know, if you're spending time with your family, and hopefully you are, you know, recognize that that's something that you can do for everybody, and it doesn't hit your wallet, and it doesn't cost you a lot of money, but it's something that people will appreciate. You know, things that come in a box, they come and they go, they get, you know, resold or regifted or you know, put in a closet, but the moments that you share with your family are the memories that you have for the rest of your life, and the things that really touch people. So, you know, just keep that in mind. You got a couple days before Christmas actually starts, and I think Hanukkah is starting here shortly. You know, just remember that's the real gift that you can give to people is your time and your presence. You know, just being there is good, but actually being present is even more important. So,
thank you, Mike. That's a really good reminder. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's, you know, I mean, there's a reason for the holidays. It's not
get.
Yeah, I mean, it's good for business and it's good for the economy, but that's really not the purpose or the reason. And sometimes we forget about what are we doing and why are we.
Well, the whole thing about, like, even like to rephrase the surviving the holidays, what about thriving in the holidays? Yeah. Instead of going in with the mindset like, oh my God, you know, how am I going to get through this? And and then just sort of like presetting, oh my God, Uncle so-and-so's there, and that's going to be can't talk about politics. And so-and-so's there, they're always going to be this. And always like looking at the negative and setting up the whole situation based on past experiences and past prejudices or observations, as real as they may be. But instead of that, maybe looking at forward to what's right about people.
Right.
It's like, Uncle Albert, he is just so, he's really a kind guy, and he does interesting things. I want to find out what he's been up to lately, as opposed to, oh my God, we better avoid politics.
Right.
So you're what you set in your own mind going into is what you're going to create for yourself. And we really do have the power. It's amazing how much we can change our experience. Yeah. And just stay focused on just like the wonderful things about each person. Even if it's just one thing you can think about that's good about that person, think about that one thing. Hopefully there's, more people around in your world that there's more than just one nice thing you can think about. But if it comes down to that, and just really preset
sometimes it's just starting with one thing.
Starting with one thing,
and then other things will come to mind. And, and if you really spend time with people, you get to know things about them that you might not otherwise be aware. And, most people are pretty amazing, actually.
They really are. My gosh. They
whether you agree with them or not, on the surface, most people are pretty amazing, and their stories are interesting. That where did they come from? How did they get to where they are? What was their journey? So important stuff.
It's important stuff. So really, it's the bottom line: being curious, being appreciative, think of the positive with each person, and then be curious.
Yeah, set your intention.
Ask questions. Get to know
your intention.
Them. Yeah.
And then also this is the time of the year where reconnecting with your spiritual connection, whatever that may be. This is a good time to have some conversations with your higher power, whatever that is.
I love it.
And and remember that is what the season's about. So, in any event,
I think Erica's with us. Erica, are you online?
I am certainly online. It's great to hear you guys.
Yay! We are so glad you joined us this morning.
Good. So, thank you, Erica. We appreciate that you're joining. So, where are you calling from today?
Well, I'm in Boston, Canton, Massachusetts, which is about 17 miles south of Boston.
Okay. I mean, the reason I ask is because I know you travel around quite a bit, and I didn't know where we were going to be catching you. But, you're out of Massachusetts. That's great. So,
just 1 minute till break. I was just giving you the
break.
signal.
I'm getting a finger, and I'm not quite sure what that was.
It's the 1 minute. So we were introducing you, and then we're going to cut to break really fast.
So just as a quick introduction, and correct me if I get this wrong, it's Erica Del Signor, correct?
Actually, it's Erica Merrill now.
Merrill, okay. All right, so Erica Merrill, that's actually easier to say.
That has a pretty ring to it, too.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I've had that name the longest.
Okay, and she runs a company called Perfect Legal Video, and she does a number of different things that we're going to talk about over the break. But we've known Erica for several years now.
Quite a few
although we've
years.
always known her as Erica, so I've never gotten. But we've met with her and we work with her on a regular basis. So we got to take a break. We will be right back, and we'll be talking more with Erica in just a few minutes.
I love these holiday parties. I'm going to take off. I know what you're thinking. I'm feeling a little buzzed, but hey, I only had a couple of glasses of wine, so I'm fine to drive home. I've drank a lot more and have driven safely.
Don't do it. Buzz driving is drunk driving, and it only takes one mistake, one time to suffer dramatic consequences. Hi, I'm Mike Chastaine from the Chastaine Law Office, and I literally wrote the book, How to Survive a DUI Arrest, What You Need to Know. I want to save you from making a bad decision, but if you make a mistake and get caught, I'm here to make sure the holiday isn't completely ruined. For a free copy of my book, visit my website at chastainelaw.com. That's chastainelaw.com. The book is a great gift for you or anyone you know that drives. But the best gift you can give yourself and your loved ones is to arrive home safe.
Law, life, adventure. LegalEase with Mike Chastaine on KSAC, Money 105.5 FM.
There we are. And good morning, Sacramento. Welcome back to LegalEase with Mike Chastaine. We're so pleased that you're joining us this morning. We have a special guest. We were just fooling around with our Facebook thing, but it looks like we are online. So welcome everyone on Facebook. We are joined by a special guest who's calling in from near Boston, Massachusetts, Erica Merrill, who runs a company called Perfect Legal Video. And Erica, tell us a little bit about your business. What is it that you do, and what are the services that you're providing?
Oh, okay, great. Well, what I like to say is that we help attorneys film videos that help them get over the obstacles that people have in their head when they're considering hiring an attorney, and also have a call to action. And then once those great videos are made, so it's like things like, and I guess we're going to go into the types of videos that we make later, but video blogs and commercials and a few other videos that you may not have thought of doing for your firm. And then we take those videos and we put them out all over social media with calls to action, so links to go back to your landing pages and websites, and to help you get organic traffic for years to come.
Yeah, so I think the basic proposition is I understand it, is that social media is most productive in a marketing kind of sense when there's something moving, a video, as opposed to just posting a bunch of words. Is that what the science is showing now?
Yeah, no, video is very engaging. In addition to that, we do branded posts. So, we'll do things like inspirational quotes, and we'll do testimonials, and we'll put them on a really beautiful background, maybe something scenic or something inspiring, and we'll add the logo and the contact information. And so there's always something different coming up on your social media. And we actually have a whole New Year's marketing plan that we're doing for our clients that are doing social media management with us.
I love it. And one of the reasons for all of our listeners out there that we wanted Erica with us today is not just, there may be some lawyers online listening, but more importantly, like the principles that you use in all of your marketing plans and all that, those are translatable or applicable to other businesses as well, too. Is that right, Erica?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I just happen to market to attorneys, but everything that we do is absolutely applicable to other businesses, and other businesses can get a lot of business by doing these plans.
I love it. Could you I'd like to just start with some of the basics as far as like social media. A lot of people think either they avoid it or they get too wrapped up in it personally. Can you talk a little bit about social media for businesses and why it's important?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you're right. People don't know what's appropriate to post. And, I have to say, stay with what you're comfortable with. But, two, don't let something hold you back that you yourself may not like, oh, I hate inspirational quotes, or, that's corny. I got to tell you, a lot of your audience probably likes it. And as long as it's, something that, isn't too politically or, religiously out there that some people may or may not agree with, and then all of a sudden you've got an argument on your news feed over something. I just try to stay even with that stuff. I try to post things that aren't too polarizing.
Well, would you say that just like all marketing things, that with social media it would be important to understand like who you want to talk to, who you're wanting to message, and what that message is going to be like before you even start doing anything?
Yeah, absolutely. And I may say the thing about, don't be too polarizing, because I like to work with everybody. But there are certainly some lines of thought where they're like, you know what, this is my personality, and I'm only going to go after this certain type of client, and they like this thing, so I'm going to go for it. So definitely knowing your audience and knowing what they like. If you have all staunch Republicans, then by all means, put as many political things up as you want. It just depends on what you're doing and who your audience is.
Yeah, it's always a question of, who are you marketing to, and what is it that you were trying to accomplish. But one of the things that I've been taught, and I would like to see if you agree with this, is that we often make the mistake of we market to ourselves. We put things on that that inspire us, and I've been told that that's really a mistake because our audience is not who we are, and they often respond better to other kind of information than just the simple that
what pleases you.
Yeah, that narrow list of things that I like.
It's so true. And I'll say, as far as marketing goes, like for example, let's look at cold calling. Nobody likes to get a cold call, so I've got a lot of clients that say, I'm never doing that. I don't like getting cold calls. Well, you know what? People make money off of that. People make a lot of money off of reaching out through cold calls. Same thing with the mail. Well, I don't want to send junk mail, and people feel that way about social media too. They get worried about filling up people's news feeds with what they may consider the wrong thing, but honestly, you're gonna reach somebody with the inspirational quotes. You're gonna reach people with testimonials, and who cares if a few people think that you're selling or you're being too salesy. The idea is not to be too salesy, so that's why you put such a nice mix of things, and you're putting out information that's going to educate people, not trying to sell them necessarily. If they happen to need you, then at least they're being reminded that you're there a couple times a week with nice things, inspirational quotes and education.
Well, one of our mentors, and Richard quite well, often says, you're not going to get them all. So, by directing your message to the audience that you're hoping to attract, you may repel a few, but that's just the nature of business. We couldn't handle everybody's cases anyway. So
exactly. So Erica, sometimes the little can be overwhelming for people, like all the choices of social media and like what to pick and choose to use and why. And I don't know if that's like too big of a question, but could you give us like a little idea of like what social media platforms that you like and why, and how we can kind of think about each one? I mean, obviously Twitter is like the past few years is something we hear about all the time, but there's more things. There's more ways of using it. Could you give us a little rundown on the different opportunities there?
Sure, absolutely. And you know what? When you're looking at social media and all the different platforms, there's probably about as many ways to do it as there are, ways to roll a dice. There's a lot of different ideas out there on what should be done and what's most effective. What I've done is I've put together a calendar where I know that I'm going to post the same thing on all four. And sometimes I do a little cross-marketing, but mostly like on Mondays I'll do inspirational quotes, and I'll put it on Instagram, I'll put it on Twitter, I'll put it on Facebook, I'll put it on LinkedIn. Now on Facebook and LinkedIn and all of them, you can also share it to a business page if you have it. On LinkedIn in particular, there's 50 groups that you have an opportunity of getting in front of millions and millions of people with your post every single time you do it. If you have the right strategy with it, if you pick the right groups to be a part of and you post in all of them. So there's definitely different things. So on Tuesdays, I'll do Testimonial Tuesday, and I'll put a testimonial out, and then I have Watch It Wednesdays. And Watch It Wednesdays are when, you can put a video up, or, for example, any other media like this radio show, for example, you can post something to listen to and write a little bit about it, but have your interview up there, and they know, then people start to know to expect things on certain days. And then the last thing is on Fridays, we do Fan Friday, where it's like live interviews, and people can really hear you at work and talking about different topics in your expertise.
And that's where your expertise comes in, is having that strategy. In the past, and we're just starting moving forward in 2020 of using Erica's services. We've been wanting to for a long time, and have just, other things have gotten in the way, blah, blah, blah. But come 2020, we're going to be working with Erica because we've had no strategy with it. We get, some things don't even get touched, like we don't even use LinkedIn for anything. Twitter, I think we have our Facebook feeds into that, and Mike just once in a while put stuff on there. There's no strategy, so not much happens, and so there's nothing we move forward with it as far as developing our following.
Yeah. Well, and it's also for small businesses, like ours. There's a million other things to be doing during the day, and doing a Facebook post or a Twitter post or what have you is like so far down at the bottom of the list that it just simply doesn't get done. And having someone like Erica who knows what she's doing,
has a plan,
and actually is going to be attentive to do that means that it's going to get done. And I think, and Erica, correct me if I'm wrong, the real key to social media marketing is consistency. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. It's just like any other kind of marketing campaign. If you're doing it on a regular basis, on the same days every week, people start to expect to see it. Mm-hmm. And then with what you do, for example, it's hard to market to like a group of people that are going to be drunk drivers or whatever are going to commit a crime. They need you when they need you.
Right.
So,
right.
If you're up there all the time, someone that they might know that gets in trouble, that needs help, they might they'll remember you because, oh yeah, I see this post all the time. Who is that guy? And then they'll go back to their social media and they'll look it up, and then you get a case from it. But definitely consistency is the key to all of it.
Yeah, and that's the challenge it's been the challenge for us. We've talked many times about, we'll just do it ourselves, and it just never happens.
Never has happened.
Happens. Yeah. Like so many other things, for any business owner, the list of things to do is endless.
Yeah, you see, well, how hard is it just posting things? Well, it's not just posting things, it's having a strategy, having a plan, carrying it out, and we just don't want to pull from our team to do it, or I don't have the time. So
we added to our team is what we did.
Yeah, we did. We added Erica to our team. We're going to be breaking. We're going to be breaking here shortly, but before we go to the break, Erica, when we get back, what I'd like to learn more about how you got into this specialty area.
Absolutely. I'll be thinking about my answer.
Okay, good.
Good. So we're going to take a break here in just a minute, and we will be back here at the bottom of the hour. So everybody just sit tight, and we'll be talking to Erica in just a minute.
Having a few beers with my friends during the holidays is just what I need. I feel a really nice buzz, but I got to head home. I know what you're thinking. I've got a good tolerance built up over years of practice. Driving's never been a problem for me. I only live a couple miles away. Nothing's going to happen. I'm fine.
Don't do it. Buzz driving is drunk driving, and it only takes one mistake, one time to suffer dramatic consequences. Hi, I'm Mike Chastaine from the Chastaine Law Office, and I literally wrote the book, How to Survive a DUI Arrest, What You Need to Know. I want to save you from making a bad decision. But if you make a mistake and get caught, I'm here to make sure the holiday isn't completely ruined. For a free copy of my book, visit my website at chastainelaw.com. That's chastainelaw.com. The book is a great gift for you or anyone you know that drives. But the best gift you can give yourself and your loved ones is to arrive home safe.
Adams Jewelers has been the go-to destination for one-of-a-kind and unique jewelry designed by Adam. This holiday, everything is 25% off at Adams Jewelers, a jeweler that provides excellent designer brands such as Brittany, Bolari, Barkev, Galati, and many more, with lots of designer brand watches too. Adam is the king of diamonds. He believes that all should have the very best, so you don't miss out on the great savings this holiday season while supplies last. Adams Jewelers in Roseville on Douglas Boulevard.
Diamonds, diamonds, diamonds for everyone.
Balance of nature, changing the world one life at a time.
I really love this product. I feel like I never get sick. I work in a dental office. I'm a dental hygienist, and I'm always with a bunch of patients, always with a bunch of people. We have 60 employees in our office, front and back office, and I feel like someone's always getting sick. There's always somebody with a sniffy nose right now, and I never get sick. And I have sustained energy throughout the day. It's a great product. I'll probably use this for the rest of my life, I'm sure.
Experience the Balance of Nature difference for yourself. Call or go online now and become a preferred customer, which gives you our best pricing and free shipping. And we will take an additional 25% off of your first order. Plus, get a set of convenient travel bottles containing a free additional week supply of Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies. This will be a limited time offer, so don't wait. Call 800-2468-751 or go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code SAVE.
Impact Mortgage Corp. DBA Cash Call Mortgage. NMLS ID 128231. Equal housing lender. Not licensed in all states including New York. Offer not available in Washington. Call 855-657-9910 for licensing terms and restrictions. Attention homeowners. With a strong housing market, if you bought a home more than a year ago, chances are you have equity in your home. And with one call to Cash Call Mortgage, that equity can mean cash in your pocket. The cash you need for the upcoming holidays, to remodel your home, or just keep in your pocket. The timing to take advantage of your home's equity has never been better. The Fed's just lowered interest rates. So if you have an interest rate higher than 2.99%, give us a call to see if we can lower your monthly mortgage payment and get you the cash you need. At Cash Call Mortgage, we're a direct lender and we can close your refi in as fast as 20 days with no upfront deposit. If you qualify, we'll even pay your closing cost. The holidays are coming fast, so get the extra cash you need now. For a free quote to see if you qualify, call Cash Call Mortgage at 800-990-6947. That's 800-990-6947. 800-990-6947.
The model year event is on at Maida Chevy with exclusive employee pricing, plus 0% financing, plus rebates to $750 on your choice of 5 new 2019 Crew Cab Silverado LT 4-wheel drive. That's employee pricing plus 0% financing, plus $750 rebate on new Silverado 4xs. And that's a Maida Chevy exclusive. Visit MaidaChevy.com for model year savings on over 800 new and used vehicles. Find new roads.
On approved credit for $288 per thousand financed.
Made a great deal at Maida.
I love these holiday parties. I'm gonna take off. I know what you're thinking. I'm feeling a little buzzed, but hey, I only had a couple of glasses of wine, so I'm fine to drive home. I've drank a lot more and have driven safely.
Don't do it. Buzz driving is drunk driving, and it only takes one mistake, one time to suffer dramatic consequences. Hi, I'm Mike Chastaine from the Chastaine Law Office, and I literally wrote the book, How to Survive a DUI Arrest, What You Need to Know. I want to save you from making a bad decision, but if you make a mistake and get caught, I'm here to make sure the holiday isn't completely ruined. For a free copy of my book, visit my website at chastainelaw.com. That's chastainelaw.com. The book is a great gift for you or anyone you know that drives. But the best gift you can give yourself and your loved ones is to arrive home safe.
Words of wisdom, stories of adventure, and legal topics. It's LegalEase with Mike Chastaine on KSAC Money 105.5 FM.
And good morning, Sacramento. Welcome back to LegalEase. We're so pleased that you're joining us this kind of foggy, wet Monday morning, the morning before Christmas. So, you know, if you are having two mornings before Christmas, that's right. Christmas Eve is tomorrow. You know, if you are driving into work this morning, you know, the traffic's not so bad, but still, you know, slow down, take a breath. You'll get there fine. You know, the roads are a bit slick, so just be aware. You know, there's no reason to be playing bumper car on the way to work. We are joined today by Erica Merrill, who is the owner of Perfect Legal Video, and we've been talking to Erica about using social media and video for marketing. She works with attorneys. We've known Erica for a number of years. We use her services for our, or we will be. We are starting that process.
Well, a lot of our colleagues do and have had a fabulous experience with her. So, but the principle she's sharing with us today is not just for legal forums. Right. These are gems for anybody out there that has a business or wants to start a business. This is like a great opportunity to take some notes and to learn a few really important things about how social media can serve you. Yes. As long as you have a plan, right, Erica?
That's right.
So, Erica, how did you get involved in this business? What was the genesis of Perfect Legal Video?
Well, Mike, I had a LinkedIn business before this, and it was called Daily Lead Campaign, and it was really, really great. And Richard James, who we mentioned before, was one of my top clients for that business. And when LinkedIn changed the rules and that business kind of went under overnight, no problem, no fault of mine. They just changed the rules from a strategy we were using, and we can no longer use it. So I decided to start doing something I really, really love. I had always done videos for my business just to educate people, and it was just my favorite thing to do. So I decided to combine video and social media, and I decided to work with attorneys because Richard James had a group of attorneys that needed my services, and he invited me to come out there and help where I can, and that's what I do now, and I absolutely love it.
Well, Eric, I'm just wondering, too, because you've got such a great eye for design and working with people and even having their copy, like what they're going to say. I mean, that's like a lot of skill sets go into what you do. Do you have a background in any of those, or are these just natural talents?
Well, I've been a salesperson first and foremost my whole life. I mean, even from when I was a little kid, I always won those contests for the school fundraising drives, and I love to win. And that's really what is behind all of this. I do love design, and I love beauty, and I've learned a lot about copy, through some of the same places that Richard James learned his copy stuff. But I really like to put it together and see the sales results. So I like to see the copy and the calls to action. I like to put the social media posts in the right places where they're going to be seen by the right audiences. And so that's really where my skill set comes from. I don't know where the artistic thing came from. It does seem to fall into place, and I love that too. But really, it's about sales behind everything that I do.
So I think there's two interesting things about your journey here. One, you had a business that was doing just fine until the rules changed from a company in which you had zero control over. That was LinkedIn, and that happens. People advertise on Google, and then Google changes their analytics, and then they disappear off the face of the earth, and their business crashes. So there's the takeaway from that is that you've got to be nimble. And you've got to recognize that there are certain things that you can't control. And so, hats off to you to rebounding, because a lot of people would have just gone and cried in their soup about that. But you took the lemons and you made some lemonade out of it, and were able
or a lemon drop or something.
Maybe start with the lemon drop, right?
Lemons.
So I think that's just an important an important lesson that when things change, the market changes. Some companies fold and other companies, come out with another a reiteration, and that's what basically you did. Is you took a client that you were working with, and took advantage of that opportunity. So hats off to you for doing that, because that's obviously.
Thank you so much. I'm very thankful that I took Rich's advice and came over and worked. His attorneys are all interested in learning about marketing and getting results and changing their law firms to work in an automated fashion so that they can have a lifestyle. And, that's really about knowing your audience. And that's a great audience for me because they're interested in the same things I'm interested in. They're interested in having things done for them, the same things that I'm interested in doing for them. So it's a really good match.
Yeah, well, and we've spoken about Richard on our program several times, but I mean he's been a great mentor to us in helping us grow our office, and the key point to it for us is we can help more people, and by making a profit and moving forward and being able to expand, we can help more people. But I want to get back to you, so let's talk about because you sent us a note that you said that there's seven essential videos that every business should have. And so tell us about that. Let's break
them down one by one. Let's talk about them because they're really good. I think you've got a fabulous list here.
Oh, thank you. Well, I mean, it comes down to, attorneys don't always, and business owners don't always know, what they need to talk about in their videos and in their marketing. And I found with the videos, the first really important one is to have a Why Work With Us video. And in the scripting, you kind of reverse engineer it so that you're telling people a little bit about yourself and your successes and what makes you stand apart, but also you're overcoming objections and you are having a call to action. So, if you just put a video out there and you don't tell them, hey, pick up the phone right now and give us a call, we have a consultation where we can show you your options, because every single situation is unique. And, I'm glad that you're getting some great information. Hopefully you're offering them for something for free here. But, as far as like a free book, I know you have a book. But tell them, just because you get the book doesn't mean you've got the answers you need. And so that particular video is great because you're trying to overcome objections and you have the call to action, and they get to know, like, and trust you a little bit in that video, you and your firm.
Well, yeah, and that Why Work With Us. I mean, there are a lot of people providing most services that we all do. I mean, there's competition out there, but yet each person in each business is very different. So it's really key to set yourself apart with that.
Right, and that last phrase that you used is so critical. To know, like, and trust you is the key part of, why do you go to certain vendors, whether they be doctors, lawyers, plumbers. It doesn't matter. If they know, like, and trust you, then, you have a forever client.
Exactly.
And that's probably why the video, so people can really see you.
Right. Who are you?
Yeah.
Who are you? I was just reading something in the E-Myth about, if you have a dog, let people know you have a dog, because people love dogs or pets, and it makes you just much more human. Okay, so everybody needs a Why Work With Us video. What's the second video that they should be focused on?
I want to say something about what you just said really quick. We do actual commercials for Why Work With Us, and then you could also just do a regular, you just standing there talking about Why Work With Us. But when we do the commercials and we fly out to a law firm, we typically do have them have their dog in the video and their family and everything else to make them seem more human. So I just wanted to agree with you on that. The second one was the FAQs, frequently asked questions. That's what that is. That's what that stands for. And, with your line of expertise, a lot of times if someone's coming to you, and it doesn't matter what business it is, they're not the expert and you are. And so they probably have a lot of questions. So think about and start writing down all the questions that people are asking you in those initial consultations and make a video for each and every one of them. Or if you're not into making videos, maybe write little white papers. And a white paper is just like a 1 or 2 page informational sheet that has that information on that topic. But there's definitely 10 to 15 major questions everybody has about what you do. And you should have something on your website and have an individual page for each one of those so that you can help with your SEO for the website as well.
Yeah, and as a business owner, I think there's a couple reasons why you definitely want to do that. One, it is informational, and Google really likes that, so that can increase your rankings. But for the other thing is it saves you time. If people are asking you the same questions over and over and over, you have a reference that you can send them to and say, hey, that's a great question. You know what? I deal with that question on my website. Here's the link. If they send you an email, what about this? Boom, you just send them the link, and you save yourself a ton of time.
You do actually, and even after the meeting, when somebody comes in and meets with us, and they haven't decided yet, and they're considering, they don't remember everything you said, believe it or not, So it'd be really nice if people go, oh yeah, that's right, that's what they said. Yes, that's why I had a good feeling and all that. So,
well, and in large part, that's why I give people a book. Is a lot of the questions that they're going to ask are addressed in that book, and I always tell them, you're going to have questions when you leave here. Skim through the book, because the answer to the question may very well be there. So, all right, we got to take a break, Erica. We'll be right back here on LegalEase with Mike Chastaine. We'll see you in just a minute.
Having a few beers with my friends during the holidays is just what I need. I feel a really nice buzz, but I got to head home. I know what you're thinking. I've got a good tolerance built up over years of practice. Driving's never been a problem for me. I only live a couple miles away. Nothing's going to happen. I'm fine.
Don't do it. Buzz driving is drunk driving, and it only takes one mistake, one time to suffer dramatic consequences. Hi, I'm Mike Chastaine from the Chastaine Law Office, and I literally wrote the book, How to Survive a DUI Arrest, What You Need to Know. I want to save you from making a bad decision. But if you make a mistake and get caught, I'm here to make sure the holiday isn't completely ruined. For a free copy of my book, visit my website at chastainelaw.com. That's chastainelaw.com. The book is a great gift for you or anyone you know that drives. But the best gift you can give yourself and your loved ones is to arrive home safe.
Legal stuff and crazy adventures. LegalEase with Mike Chastaine on KSAC, Money 105.5 FM.
And good morning, Sacramento. Welcome back to LegalEase. We're so pleased that you're joining us. We are joined today by Erica Merrill, who is the owner of Perfect Legal Video, and she's been talking to us about using social media and video in particular for marketing of businesses, we talked about Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn as great platforms to market on a consistent basis. And we were talking, as we left the last segment, about the 7 essential videos that every business should have. The first one was why work with us. Second one was frequently asked questions, FAQs. And so what would be the rest of that list, Erica, of the essential videos that a person should be considering?
Okay. Well, I know we're kind of getting toward the end of the show, but if there's anything that you want to pick out of this, so the next one, the third one would be testimonials. I believe that the why work with us and the testimonial videos are the ones that are going to make you the most money. Mm-hmm. Because if you're going to use someone to perform a service, you're trying to buy a product, people always want to see that it works first, and they want to hear from people that have used it, not necessarily just from you. So
right.
It just goes a lot further. If I say that I'm awesome at what I do, but then 3 other people say that I'm awesome at what I do because they use me, that's going to go a lot further and help me close a lot more deals.
Yep, absolutely. Video testimonials. I mean, written testimonials are good. Video testimonials are just off the hook powerful.
Absolutely.
And then, so what else would we add into that list?
Landing page videos. So if you're giving away a free book and they go to what's called a landing page where they can sign up for it, if you can add a video to that that says, hey, you made a great decision in getting my book, you just got to sign up right here, and you can, we'll send you a copy, or you'll email them the PDF, whatever you're going to do. Give them the instructions. Then on the next page is the next one, which is thank you, and an upsell page, which is like where you thank them, repeat that they made a good decision. And the upsell for most attorneys is an appointment. So it's not really selling something worth money, but they're saying, hey, this is going to be a great 10,000-foot overview of what you're dealing with, but just remember that everyone's situation is different. We want you to pick up the phone and call right now so that we can give you some options and, talk to you about, what you should do next, that sort of thing.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree with that. Sometimes people, especially with lawyers, I think, are a little nervous about even, coming in for a whole host of reasons, I imagine. But getting them in the door and actually finding out what the situation is the best way for us to help them. And sometimes, they don't actually need to hire us. Sometimes they don't need a lawyer. I tell people when they come in, the first question we got to ask is, do you even need an attorney? Sometimes the answer to that is no, but it gives them a peace of mind. Hey, you're actually okay. Nothing's going to happen here. It's a good thing that you looked into it. But, it's a little bit like going to the doctor when you have a mole, right? It's probably nothing, but you ought to get it checked out. So, all right. Then what's the next one? So we're down to, that's 5.
Yes. Thank you for hiring us is really, well, the other two kind of went together. Thank you for hiring us. If somebody does hire you, mm-hmm. It's an opportunity for you to introduce yourself again and just say, hey, this is who I am. And this is what's going to happen over the next few weeks. You're going to have an appointment with us, or you might, we might send you an informational packet or there's some forms that you need to fill out. Whatever it is that's going to happen in the next few weeks, it's a nice way to kind of cement the deal, because it's not always true that they're going to stay with you once they sign up. So sometimes they go with someone else even after they signed up because they were talking to a lot of people, and then all of a sudden someone seems better. But, this is a nice way, and nobody's doing it, to introduce yourself again and give them because knowledge is going to make them more comfortable. So giving them the kind of the schedule of what's going to happen over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, and have them feel good about who they just signed with, who they're working with, what they purchased, whether business you're in. Have them feel good about that decision that they made.
Yeah, everybody, I think, to one degree or another, goes through a little bit of buyer's remorse, and so to overcome that or smooth that over, you made a good decision, and absolutely, I agree with that. And then there were a couple others as well. So
we've got industry myths, especially for attorneys. I feel like, people think they know what attorneys do by the crime shows they watch or what their neighbor told them happened to them in that particular case, or, their friends or family. So they don't, everyone's situation is different, and laws change, and it's different in different states and counties even sometimes. So, overcoming those industry myths and picking the ones that are going to make you look good. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So those are really good. So the last one was how to hire a great blank. So like whatever it is. So how to hire a great criminal attorney, for example. And that's really where you can tell them the list, because there's a lot of them out there, right? Who do they pick? That's part of the problem. That's one of the reasons people don't get the business. There's just too many choices. Well, if you can give them some questions that they can ask when they are interviewing attorneys, and those questions are kind of tailored to make you look good, that not everybody does this one thing that you do that really makes a difference in the case, then I would say put that in as one of the questions in some of the education you give them when they're out there. And who are they going to hire? The person that told them, how to find a good one. Typically that means you must know because you're good. So.
Yeah, well, and if they do find someone that maybe is a little better suited to their particular needs, then good for them as well. But there are basic questions that everyone should be asking. I mean, and one of those just has to do, especially from the perspective of laws. How often do they communicate? The biggest complaint to the state bar is the failure to communicate with clients, and it's a challenge when you're busy running a practice. Some clients don't get the same contact. So,
but we're talking customer service.
Yeah.
And as with any industry, any business, it's customer service.
But is that firm that you're talking to set up? Is it a one-man show or a one-woman show for that matter, and the only contact you're ever going to have is from that person, their availability? Or are they set up, with a staff so that there's going to be a number of there's going to be contact throughout the series of the representation? Well, those are.
Yeah, are they a jack of all trades attorney where they think that they can do it all, or do they have a specialty? I mean, that's also a really big one.
I have to tell you, just in all industries, even like locally, I've been looking for a local electrician and a carpet cleaner and various services we need as homeowners. And I can't tell you how many times I've gotten online and I filled out a form, sent it into the company, please call me back. I need to hire somebody. Or I've called, I left a message, and no one ever has gotten back to me. It's crickets.
Yeah.
So I know it happens all the time. It's unbelievable to me.
That's why we talk about the things that affect us as with our business as a law practice are the same things that affect plumbers and electricians and the same things with customer service. So Erica, we are getting close to the end. So how does someone get a hold of you if they're interested in taking advantage of your services?
Oh, well, sure. They can go right to my website, which is just perfectlegalvideo.com.
Mm-hmm.
And they can contact me there. I've got all my contact information, and I'm happy to take any calls and answer any questions. And it's a very low pressure call. I love to educate people, and if they happen to need my services and help because they're busy running their business and they don't want to become an expert in something else, then I'm happy to help.
Yeah, and it just, as a plug, because I know you've worked with a number of colleagues of ours. I mean, you literally fly down to wherever their business is, so it doesn't matter where they are. You'll fly here to California. You'll set up. You'll do testimonials for them. You'll do the videos for them. You basically
handle it, the whole thing.
Handle it. It's kind of in a box. They just got to show up and follow your lead.
They probably have some prep work that she's going to want them to do, too, but she'll handle that.
Yeah, absolutely. And then there are some people that don't want to do the big thing, and so we're doing online interviews now, and that's part of like some of the social media management packages we're doing, where every week we're interviewing online via video, but it's just over their laptop, and it's super easy, and they can start it right away.
Right.
And they can still do everything with those videos that they do with the fancier ones that we shoot. So it's really, we have something for everyone depending on what level they're at and what they're ready for right now.
Yeah, technology is so amazing that people could be on different sides of the country and still get those services done. Well, that's Erica. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. We really appreciate it. I think it was very educational, and hopefully people
are inspired
to move their business to the next level. And using video really is a way to do that. Taking advantage of social media, people are looking at it anyway, so they might as well get some good info.
That's right, and it's my pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for having me. It's a wonderful show, and you guys are really great. You guys are really the people that are setting an example in a lot of ways for marketing and business, and it's great that you can hire the right people and share this type of information on this platform that you have, this radio show. It's really great.
Well, thank you very much. So we are done. Everyone have a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Remember, if you've been drinking, do not drive. Get a driver. So, and if just don't do it.
But if you
do, give us a call.
Call us.
All right. So have a great holiday, and we will be back next week here on LegalEase. Take care. Bye.